Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Try. Leisure Suit Larry is an adult-themed video game series created by Llama. First launch for this title took place in 1987. All those games follow Larry Laffer, a balding double entendre speaking leisure suit wearing man in his 40s, and the stories generally revolve around him attempting to seduce attractive women. I remember Larry games from the 90s, and since they were all on PC, I couldn't play them, because I got my first computer in 2001. But all my friends who had computers enjoyed this softcore forbidden fruit very much. Well, 20 years has passed and now I got my chance as well. Wet Dreams Don't Try on PS4. Even when your console runs hotter than the sun and makes a noise like 747 is taking off in your living room. The good news is that I cleaned out my console and now it's cool and quiet. Anyways, let's get into Larry. So the game begins with the main protagonist Larry waking up in a dark room, unaware of where he is or what is happening. He leaves the room using an elevator that places him in front of Lefty's bar. There he realizes that the landscape has dramatically changed. Inside the bar, Larry talks to Lefty, who tells him that he has been missing for about 30 years and that much has changed in his absence. And thus the story begins. You have smartphones, an evil corporation that tries to take control over the world, a lot of attractive women, and a joyful platinum trophy, if you follow the guide. This game's atmosphere is as real to our modern life as possible. Hipsters, vegans, e-cigarettes, and whatever has been trending in the past 5 years. You as a player explore the world as Larry Laffer and try to help out as many people as you can and try to save the world. Plot twists, a slice of nudity, and a lot of fun. And this is what you will get when you play this game. Gameplay itself, now, there are some issues for me. First of all, I have a very short attention span, meaning that when I don't make any progress, I get really irritated or exhausted. It's fun to solve puzzles, but only when they don't seem impossible in hindsight. Like, how are you supposed to know that you need to combine a thing with another thing that can only be combined with this other thing that can be used for opening a thing in some toilet in the other part of the city, so you can combine the thing that you got with something else so you can give it to a guy in exchange for another thing. And that's basically the game loop. Yes, logic is involved as well, but sometimes I struggled for 30 minutes to figure out, and to be honest, I use the guide very often. But you know, my stupidity does not affect the score I'm about to give. The next problem is a big one. The worst problem I have ever seen in a game ever. This actually might be title breaking. There is no autosave. All the saves must be done manually. You have quite a few dedicated slots for that. But the problem is a two-parter, meaning that not only doesn't the game have autosave, but it also freezes, and quite a lot. I had around 15 freezes in my playthrough, the first playthrough, and most of them were in the front of this erotic shop. That means that you need to load your game, but if you forgot to save, you're screwed. I lost around 4 hours of game time because of that. And of course the main thing everyone must wonder, does Larry get lucky? The answer is yes, several times, and it's rewarding, because most of the time you really worked hard for it. All the conversations are narrated, and there are a lot of funny moments that tie into our pop culture and make this game really enjoyable. It kinda reminds me the South Park games, but without fighting mechanics. But a lot more puzzles and hidden secrets. Finding a specific dildo is one of them. So the humor and the storyline really makes this game a worthwhile. I give Leisure Suit Larry Wet Dreams Don't Try an 8 out of 10. And I must admit that this was one of the most entertaining games of this year. I really hope that you enjoyed this review. If you did, hit that like, smash that bell, and if you dare, subscribe as well. I'm Sillyllamaz, and thanks for watching. Till next time. Oh, and please don't forget to check out my other content as well. It's right over here. Just click it. Done.